Hey guys, RC here, back with American Glory, our FM experiment save. We have created a player named RC. He is a far from perfect player, but he is a very good player. If you're just joining us, did not want him to be, a wonder kid. But he is a very good player, and the goal was to see what he could do as an American in an international football career. He has played for the United States international side. He has got made it to the Premier League in England. Last year, he had at the end of the season, he had FC Renaz, I believe, from the German First Division that was interested in him. But let's take a look here. We've made it to August 15th. He's still with Everton, and he's 25 years old. So he's really just coming into his peak years, right? I mean, 25 to 28, 29 should be his peak years. I'll be excited to see, how he does this year. So he's under contract for 5 years. Did he get another contract? Doesn't look like you can look at a historical contract. Okay, so we were in May, right? No, we were in June. So he just got a new contract extension that runs for 5 more years. So that's weird. I mean, that's like 3 years in a row they've given him a new contract with 3 or 4 years left on his deal. Because his first contract wasn't even supposed to expire till 2028. And so now he's gotten one to 29, one to 30, and now one to 31. So that's crazy. Minimum fee release clause 90 million. Relegation release clause 44.5 million. All right. If we go look at Everton, let's see. All right, he is still their key player. He is favored personnel, one of two players that are favored personnel. He has not made it to icon status yet. He may not. But, so he's at least favored personnel. And Everton, we had already looked at this, but just to kind of look again, Everton are picked to finish ninth at 35 to 1. So finishing just outside the European qualifying. And key players, there's RC for the top players in the league. Let's take a look. The highest transfer this year was Chelsea picked up Rodolfo from Atletico Madrid for $128 million. Wow. Man United picked up Diego Cassiani from Paris Saint-Germain for 65 million potential. Some big numbers, man. Big numbers. Let's see. What did Everton do this year? So Everton moved off Joe Worrell, 29 years old. He went to Crystal Palace. He is a central defender. Jorrit Hendricks went for 14 million to Leicester. He can play a lot of positions. He's 31, Dutch. Michael Goggin to Swansea on loan. Josh Earl for 3.2 million, a left back, 27. And then let's see who they've brought in. So from Sassuolo for 12.75, Anastasios Donis. He is a striker, but he can also play midfield. Probably, he's not good in finishing, so maybe he is a midfielder. We'll see. Actually, did it call him? Yeah, center midfielder, attacking midfielder. Oof. Interesting. Grant Zoxa, they got in on a free. He's a midfielder. Wow. Jay Da Silva from Watford. He's their new left back, replacing one of these guys for $22 million. Henry Nicholson from Sunderland. He's a young midfielder, maybe a guy they're picking up for for when RC leaves, possibly. $1.3 million. Justin DeHaas from West Ham, up to $26.5 million. Center back, probably. Findani Sitholi from Olympiacos for $12.25 million. Keeper, 24-year-old goalkeeper. And Connor Peugeot from West Ham for up to $38 million, and he is a right mid. I wonder, I saw they had played a 3-4-3 in that last, that was the United States though. So yeah, not sure what tactic they're playing. Could be this 4-4-2. But anyway, wanted just to kind of get the jump start. RC still at Everton, still a key player, only 25 years old. It seems like we've been covering him for a while now. I mean, this is episode 10. So anyway, we'll move on to the season. Again, what I plan on doing is trying to find some sporadic highlights. Actually, you know what? No, with Everton, we're just going to get to the end of the season, but I will keep tabs on the United States, and that's where we'll do the highlights. Because again, this was more not necessarily his team, but the international. What could he do for American soccer? So, we'll follow his premiership, but the highlights, I think I want to be just from the United States. Are they doing anything coming up? They do have some friendlies, and I am not sure what their competitions are. All right, where's the World Cup here? Olympics. See, the World Cup's not even showing up. I guess because they didn't place. All right, let's go check the World Cup because I did not finish that for you guys. World Cup competition. All right, let's go back to the quarters. All right, so Portugal, Germany, we knew had won. Italy defeated England 4-1. France over the Ukraine 3-0. If we look at that report, Harry Kane got the lone goal for the Three Lions. Scapini, Pinamonti, and Piscatelli. That sounds Italian, doesn't it? All right, so they advance in the quarters. The semis, France won on penalties against Portugal. Italy beat Germany 2-1. In the third place, Germany went to extra time, beating Portugal 3-2. And in the final, France beat Italy on penalties. I wanted to see Cristiano Ronaldo. All right, so, okay, there he is. Did he become a coach? Yes, he did. So he's 41 now at this point. Okay, so that makes sense. He has minimal reputation. Come on, he should still have a high reputation, right? All right, yeah, no, yeah, he's horrible. Okay, he's horrible as a coach. Maybe, yeah, he couldn't scout. Might want to make him like a low-end fitness scout. Might hire him as a low-level fitness coach and see if he can develop. But works with youngsters is pretty good. But yeah, he's not very good as a coach. Let's see his career stats. So his last year was 2023-2024, 21 apps, 5 goals, 1 assist. 15 goals, still 1 in 2 matches, right? Wow. So let's see, career goals, 482 career goals in 704 apps, 28 assists, 32 players of the match, and 206 caps. Whew, that's a heck of a career, man. May not like him, but you can't say he's not a good player, right? Right? All right. So anyway, we'll get back to we'll come back for the rest of the video. We'll wrap up the season. We will see if RC stays in Everton for another year, and we'll see how he does. So guys, thanks for watching. Be back here in just a minute, and we'll wrap up the 2026-27 season for the Premiership. All right, guys, we're back for the season wrap-up. I actually recorded this last night and forgot to unmute the microphone, so back for take 2. This is becoming a bad issue for me. All right, let's open him up. And RC is still at Everton. So he's up to 65 caps for the U.S. national team. And they have not extended his contract again. They just did it at the beginning of the season. So he's still signed through 2031. Still a key player. 26 years old, just coming into his prime. So I think the next probably 2 to 3 seasons are going to be him at his peak. And we should see his best performances. I hope. All right, let's see. Attributes. All right, I did pop back in around, it was after 4 matches last year, because I looked, and we'll look at Everton's season, but they had won their first 4 matches, and they were actually first place in the Premiership at that time. And RC had Napoli from Serie A in Italy was interested in him. So I was hoping maybe he had taken that, because, I'm really wanting him to jump up to a club that's going to have a chance to win some silverware. But, I don't know that I made him, well, he is driven. So I don't know what exactly that does, but, anyway, they evidently went in another direction. So still only has one, the American head coach. Would like to be captain, wants the club to retain the services of Casey Palmer. And that's about it. Let's see, there was one other thing I had wanted to look at, I think. See, he's number 12 for Everton now. At least he got rid of the 13. All right, let's take a look at his season. 38 appearances, played in every match. 4 goals, 4 assists, so doubled his goal and assist production. Actually improved a little bit on his average rating to a 7.06, so over 7 for the second year in a row. 1 player of the match, so we're seeing a little bit of development, but still not to the level of this 24-25 season with 7 goals, 8 assists, but 33 goals, 33 assists for his professional career. So not doing too bad. And let's see, milestones, 2026. All right, so named in the U.S. Best 11 for the season, Supporters Player of the Year for Everton, Seasonal Best 11 for Everton, Overall Best 11 for Everton, USA Player of the Year runner-up, Seasonal Best 11 for the United States, and Seasonal Best 11 for Everton. So definitely still has the get up and go. Competitions, 3rd in the Confederations Cup. Well, we had already seen that. He evidently, the World Cup is not showing up, but he made a good run there, I think, with the United States. And nothing else. So I think that's it for him. Let's take a look at Everton. Everton finished 8th in the Premier. Let's take a look at the table there. Remember, they were projected to finish 9th, so they did a little bit better. Certainly better than the 14th or whatever that they've kind of been mired in. So another move up, but you know, the question is this actually them getting better long term, or is this just, you know, one of these blip years that they just do better than normal and they're going to fall back off? Hard to tell. Man United won the title for the first time since 2019. It's been all Man City and Chelsea in the interim. Man City second. Chelsea dropped off to 4th. Tottenham with a good run this year. And Stoke with a good run this year. So Everton just misses out on Europe, unfortunately. So, again, there will be no European Cup for RC this year. Too bad. Let's get back over to Everton here. I had asked this question, and because I don't know the answer, but they're showing Liverpool. Do they play at the same stadium that Liverpool does? Do they share a stadium? That would be weird since they're fierce rivals. That would be odd. But realistic, I guess. I just assumed that all the Premier clubs made so much money that they had their own stadiums. But anyway, what else? So, yeah, I mean, you know, again, we're just mostly focused on RC here. But, I wanted to look at the schedule. All right, so, yeah, this is what I had looked at when I came back. I came back after this Derby game, and that's when I saw that Napoli had was interested in him. They were 4-0, plus they had won the Carabao Cup. So they were on a nice little run. Then they beat Liverpool, lost to Man City, but that was in the Cup, 3rd round. And then they extended their streak with Southampton and Chelsea, you know, so without a loss. They were doing really well early season. Then a loss to Man City. Then they dropped 3 in a row. So that was probably the first indication that they were not going to be really good this year. But then they turned it around and went on another nice little win streak here with, 6 wins and a draw in their next 7 matches. And, you know, 1 loss, 2 draws in 14, well, 12, because 2 of these are FA Cups. So, you know, 2 losses and a draw, or 1 loss and 2 draws in 12 matches is not bad. So they were on a good run here all the way into the end of January, at the end of the transfer window. So, and it was after that they just fell apart. I mean, you know, now you have loss in the 6th round to Arsenal, beat Hull. You know, but a lot of losses, clean sheets at that. 2-0 to Man City, 1-0 Newcastle. And then they go on another good run and then lose the last 2 to Man United and Middlesbrough. So, you know, just kind of an odd season, but still, all in all, a very good season. And you can see, even with great, you know, multiple win streaks, you've just got to be, you know, on top of your game to make it to Europe, because that was only good enough for 8th position. So let's take a look at Napoli. They finished 3rd in Serie A, and they were interested in RC, but when they came in, they made a move, and I forget which guy it was because I had looked at this last night. It was not him. Not him. Maybe him. Zelensky and Manuel. Oh, I think that's who it was. Manuel Minois, I think. No? All right, well, I thought they had signed him back. Was it this guy? No. No. Might have been this guy. I don't know. he could play the mid. I don't think that was who I saw. They had signed somebody, and it turned out to be it was significantly less than RC was going to cost, because right now he's going to cost somebody probably in that 80 to 90 million range. That last guy was a midfielder, but I don't think that's who it was either. Oh well. So I don't know who they picked up, but I thought it was this guy. But where did he come from? They had picked him up the year before, so it wasn't him. Zelensky. No, he's been with Napoli for a long time. So anyway, I had noticed when I had gone over to look at their team that they had, they were aging. They had like a 31 and a 33-year-old in the midfield. So I thought RC might be somebody they were going to try to build around in that mid for the next, 5 or 10 years. But, well, not 10 years, but, 5 to 8 years. But that didn't happen. So anyway, that's kind of the season. If we jump over to the U.S. and look at their schedule coming up, they are going to be in the Gold Cup this year. They're going to be facing Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, Panama. So I'm going to attend those. So in the next episode, that's what we're going to cover is the Gold Cup as far as they go. I will try to piece in some highlights like I did in the World Cup episode. And that'll be the next episode. And then we'll come back for the 2027-28 season for RC in the Premier. Does he come back to Everton for another season? Does somebody finally pull the trigger on a deal to buy him away from Everton and get him where he can win some silverware? Because I just think he's kind of at a dead end right now. I don't think he's going to get any better. We're going to start seeing him tail off here in the next three to 4 years probably. And I just, and I don't see Everton spending the money or having enough talent to make that next step up to challenge for Premier titles, get into Europe and challenge for, for European silverware. So, the question is now, where does his career go? Is this just what his lot in life is going to be? Or is he going to kind of start pressuring for a move somewhere else where he can, can accomplish something and be on a winner? And, if that's the case, where is that? Right now, there seems to be no interest at all from any other Premier sides, which I find really odd that, a Chelsea, an Arsenal, a Man City, a Man United have not seriously looked at him. But all the interest that he's even garnered has been, Germany and Italy so far. So that's odd to me, but that's interesting. So that's one of the things about the experiment that I was, wondering what would happen. And of course, looking years down the road, does, when he does start to tail off, does he end his career going out on top? Does he go back to the United States, to the MLS, and play in the MLS again and finish his career back where it started? So that would be interesting. But anyway, that'll be it for this episode. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're new or haven't done so yet. Check out my Twitter feed. I do try to keep you guys up to date there. And, that's what I'm trying to do. Again, not much action there, but I'll keep doing that for a little while. And, if it doesn't look like it's of interest, I'll let that die on the vine, because I just started it just for the channel. Have picked up a few new subscribers, so thank you for joining up. Much appreciated. We're getting really close to 250 subscribers, so that's another milestone marker for me. It's been for me, it's been a good year, that I just run a part-time channel that, I just do for fun. And, we've added, over 100 people in the last year. So I've been very happy with that. So, to all you new guys that joined up, thank you for thinking I was worth it. And to those of you that have been around for a while, much appreciated for your, well, I can't say patronage, it's not costing anything, but, thanks for your support, your time, and for hanging out with me as always. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye now.